Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iconic Messengers, broadcasting live from the content hub of Dallas, Texas. And let's jump right into it. Mindset Monday. Check it out. You got to stand tall this week. It is Monday morning. It's about 9:30 here in the great state of Texas, Central Standard Time. And, you know, the WhatsApp chats with clients and all kinds of stuff going on. It's about 5:42 this morning, and that's what you sign up for as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. And when you provide a one-on-one platinum elite service like we do here at the Content Hub at Acoustic Force Media, that's what happens. I mean, we are in direct contact with our people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, helping them market, helping them brand, helping them drive revenue. I mean, there's events that I've hosted as an MC where, you know, we've done double-digit millions. And so the types of people that we work with, they're not average people. These are elite performers, high-level performers, and they are delivering the highest level business content that there is on these platforms. And so that is a huge responsibility. While it's a huge compliment that we are their media marketing team, it's also a huge responsibility. And so it's important to stand tall during these types of conversations and understand that you're there for a reason, number one. People who are relying on you for a reason. It's because you're dependable, you're trustworthy, you've got a great track record. And I think oftentimes we think, oh, well, you know, it's so hard. We're being attacked. It's 24/7. It's like, no. When you want to be elite, and you want to work with elite people, that's what you sign up for. You sign up for working with people whose machine doesn't ever shut down. It doesn't shut off. It's a 24/7 machine. And so it's a really cool thing to be integrated in. It also reminds you of the things that you have to let go of. And so when you are rising up, when you are climbing the ladder, and when you are becoming more efficient and you're becoming more of a leader in your category, you're going to realize that the things that people are doing that don't work, that have proven that they don't work, you're going to have to acknowledge that, analyze that, and go the other way. And that can be really difficult for people because you want to make everybody happy at first. You want to make everybody happy. But what you realize is you trying to put yourself in a box to make somebody else happy that most likely isn't going to get you where you need to get anyway is just holding you back from becoming the ultimate version of yourself. That's why it's so important to stand tall in those situations and say, hey, listen, these are my non-negotiables. This is how we do things. This is how I operate. And if you don't fit into that, you don't fit. Because what you're going to realize is as you start to accelerate, a lot of people that you want to work with are going to pull you up. And as you start to accelerate, a lot of the people that don't want to see you go up, they're going to try and pull you down. So which way are you going to go? You have to make the decision to stand tall and to go up to that next level. Because as you continue to accelerate, not everybody else is going to be able to keep up with that speed. Not everybody else is even in your desired outcome box. A lot of people say they want it, they say they're going to do it, and they just plain don't. And you will also notice that someone will tell you one thing once and show you behavior once, and then because you're cool, you give them another chance to do something different, and they show the same behavior again. And so as you get through more experience in making decisions, good and bad and ugly, you realize that kind of stuff, you can't have it around you or it's just going to become a distraction. The people that are not in alignment, unfortunately, they got to go, and you got to stand tall, and you got to say, hey, this is what we stand for around here. This is how it is, and X, Y, and Z. In any area of life, if you want to improve, then you have to go and you have to improve. You can't let people that aren't willing to improve or that are doing the same thing, the same failed thing they were doing 6 years ago. You can't even worry about what they're doing because they already are a failure. And so all they're going to do is pull you into the shit bucket. You have to be aware of that. You have to admit that. You have to just point it out and not worry about feelings. Facts are way more important than feelings when you're making critical decisions that affect you, your business, and your family. That's the other thing. I was talking to some friends the other night. We had a little pool party here at our house, and there were some amazing friends from our kids' school. Even the pastor of the church that's connected to our kids' school was here, and he's really, really good. And I've seen a lot of really great speakers. Lewis Howes, Ed Milet, Bradley, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Tim Groh. I mean, I can go down the line. You've heard me do it. And this guy he's really good for a Christian pastor. He's unbelievable. And I was talking to him about how do you make it broad enough to draw in maybe even people that are non-believers. And he was like, you got to make it relatable. You got to do X, Y, and Z. And that's the same thing with you and anything that you do. You got to make what you do relatable. And it's got to be broad enough to where anybody can like the message. And I think that's where, as business people, we can start to fail. We get too narrow. We start talking about stuff that no one cares about, that no one understands. It's too detailed. It's too analytical and advanced. And you gotta make it ground level and foundational for people to be able to understand what you're trying to do. I have a couple really good friends that do acquisitions. They buy companies, they merge companies, they help grow companies. And it's really simple. Are you growing by acquisition, growing by merger, or scaling your current company? It's like you can only do three things. Those guys are very specific about what they do. And I think that's great, but they have to also be able to draw people in multiple different ways, because if you just go too hard on one line, it's like, oh man, keep it broad. But you also have to stand tall and be the expert at that one thing. What are you doing this Monday to stand tall in your category and to be a magnet for the people that want to work with the best person in that category? I think that historically speaking, I've seen a lot of people try to portray themselves as the expert instead of just standing tall and just being that, because they're trying so hard to make everyone else happy instead of doing that thing that they love and being so great at it that it just naturally, magnetically attracts the correct clientele. And I'm fortunate enough to be so stubborn and so dumb in certain categories that I have done my one thing, entertain people and produce, for 25 years. And I entertain people and I produce content, and I've done it every single day. And I think what we're now running into is people look at our model and they say, how do I copy what that guy does? How do I copy what he's doing? When in reality, when you copy somebody who's standing tall, they're out there, they're the category expert, they're working with the big people, all you're doing is copying something that's 2 years old. Because if it's already out and it's already been done, you're copying the past. You're not innovating for the future. And so you always have to understand that the innovators are already 10 steps ahead. And so whatever you're seeing that you're trying to copy, you're 3, 5, 6 steps behind, plus those other 10 steps. You're way behind. So you should never just try and copy everybody else. You should always try to innovate your own creativity and your own tunnel vision for what you want and be your own little trendsetter. And that's what's going to win. That guy, Connor Price, is a rapper. He has that song, Trendsetter. It doesn't sound like anybody else's songs. It sounds like Connor Price. That's why people like it. It doesn't sound like Drake. It doesn't really sound like Macklemore or anything else. It sounds like him. Anytime Eminem raps, you know it's Eminem. He doesn't try and sound like somebody else. So I think that it's important here moving forward, especially now in 2024, and that's to stand tall, be you, do your thing, and don't worry too much about everybody else and what they're trying to do or mimic or mirror or put up this mirage that they're one thing when they're not. Don't even worry about it, dude. Just keep going straight. You'll run into the real experts. You will, especially if you practice and you get good enough, because experts work with experts, right? Winners are focused on winning. Losers are focused on winners. They're constantly trying to say, oh, well, he won Let's see if we can take this and this and this and copy it. Instead of just like coming up with their own thing, they're always trying to copy the guy who's already winning. Everybody tried to copy Michael Jordan. Dude, there's only one Air Jordan. One. People who try to copy Eminem, people are like, oh, dude, he's just trying to be Eminem. Lame. So think about, what are you standing tall in? What do you believe? What do you stand for? And how are you integrating all of that into your expertise so that you can be the leader in your category? Because we work with category leaders. That's what we do here at the Content Hub of Dallas. It's what we do at Acoustic Force Media. We work with category leaders and real experts. And it's funny because you quickly weed out everybody else. They do it on their own. Make sure you get so good, so dedicated, so dialed in, the people that are out of alignment with where you're going just naturally go their own way. And you continue to rise to the top. Stand tall, don't be afraid of it. It's part of growth, it's part of becoming the best. Put your skills to the test. Work when they all rest. 542 text coming into the WhatsApp. You know the drill. And so, ladies and gentlemen, have a great morning, a great Monday, a great week. It's Mindset Monday. Stand tall. This is Iconic Messengers broadcasting live from the Content Hub of Dallas, Acoustic Force Media, Private Studios. See you on the next one.